What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 4 of NHL 23 Philadelphia Flyers Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, if you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up on this video, I'd really appreciate it. As you guys can see right there, we had a big free agent signing this summer, getting Leon Draisaitl. For some reason, Edmonton did not re-sign him, so obviously we took advantage, got one of the best players in the league on our team. Haven't made the playoffs yet, but I feel like with Draisaitl now added, we are definitely all of a sudden a Stanley Cup contender. I know that probably seems crazy to say. Once you guys see the roster, I think you'll agree. Last year, the Seattle Kraken there won the Stanley Cup, so kind of crazy to see expansion teams doing so well. Now, as I mentioned, have not made the playoffs yet, but we've also not been a basement team. So I think, right on the edge. I mean, check out the lineup. We got Karlsson, Draisaitl, Bowmeek there on the first line and a +5. Reinhart, Couturier, Gauthier, rounding out the top 6, also getting a +5. Third line there, Farabee, Stankoven, and Brink. Fourth line, Lumala there, Gergensen, and Cates. In terms of the defense, we got Sanheim and York top pair, also getting a +5. Same with Kivaharju, Peterson, round out the top 4. Grants, DeMello, bottom pair is very solid. Goaltending-wise, we brought in an 89 Linus Ullmark to start. Nico Dawes backing him up. In terms of the special teams, you guys can see +5 on that first power play, +2 on the second with some good young players coming up. +5 on the first 4-man, +2 on the second. Then in terms of the PK, we get +5 again. So the chemistry's looking awesome. Even +2 on the second, +1 on the third. Like, probably the best chemistry we've had yet. -1 there on the second 3-man. I think is the only negative chemistry we get. So team is looking really, really good here. In terms of the AHL team, even we got some studs. Davidov there we traded for 80 overall, first on AHL. Playing with Nick Abruzzese and Soupy. We got Yolanen, Barkey, Wood on the second line. Desnoyers, Lorentz, Vesalainen, Delorier, Avon, Peddle there. Of course, last pick in the real-life draft this season. Defensively, we got Attard who's an 80, but he's basically 1 year left to grow. I think other than him, we got Bonk there's medium top 4. Hopefully turns into a player for us. Bjarnsson's our starting goalie. Rodriguez backing him up. You guys might be noticing we actually don't have Forster playing. That's because I plan on trading him right now. So rather than have him in the roster and mess it up, I just already took him out. Now, before I do trade him, though, I wanted to extend him because I saw his ask was super cheap. So I think that'll improve his value even more. Now, first things first, we should look at like the star players. So Karlsson, 2087, wants 8.675 for 4 years. I feel like, honestly, we could do a long-term deal on him. Now, I would like to eventually trade him for Michkov. I think if we do like a 4-year, $8 million deal, I don't see that being a bad contract. And then down there you can see Bowmeek, 8.6 for 5. I think we could do like a similar thing, 4 years, $8 million. Even though he's only 86 overall, the dude's got an incredible shot on him. You guys can see there, he's got 5 goals in 6 preseason games. I mean, yeah, look at that shot. It's just so good. A bit lower, Stankoven, making like nothing. Wants 1.3 for 2 years. That is so cheap. Even 4 years, it's $3 million. I mean, ooh, how good is he going to get? I feel like the 2 years at like 1.2 is kind of too good to pass up. Obviously, it's going to cost us a bit more the 3rd and 4th year, but really help us right now kind of in the short term while we still got some of these more expensive contracts. Other than that, Gergensen there, I would like to bring back 2 years, 1.7. I don't think that's that bad of an ask. He's very solid defensively. In terms of the goaltenders, they're under contract. In the system, same thing. Now, as I mentioned, I think the only guy in the system that really needs to be extended right now is Tyson Forster. Was making 1.8. Look at that. He's asking for 1 year, 800K. 2 years, we get him for 900K. That's got to improve his value. I mean, I don't even know if I want to trade him at that point because obviously an 84 overall making nothing is just such a good contract. But if he's been playing in the AHL this season, he probably won't really grow anyways. So in terms of the ratings for this year, guys, we've got 95 offense, 94 defense, 89 goaltending. As I mentioned, I feel like this is really a year we're going to step up, make the playoffs, maybe make a run at that Stanley Cup as well. But before I start sending you guys, I actually almost forgot. Should show you the captaincy here. Got some new players wearing letters. So Couturier still has a C. Then we have Draisaitl wearing an A. I feel like when he comes in, he's immediately one of the leaders. And then Sanheim there, also wearing an A. And look at that, guys. Literally a day later, Karlsson said yes to the contract offer. Still need to hear back from a few of the other guys. Okay, so Gergensen said yes. Same with Forster, Stankoven. Just waiting to hear back from Bowmeek, who said yes. So there we go. Next thing here, like I was saying, I'm going to try and trade Forster, see what we can get. Alright, guys, so right now I'm trying to trade Tyson Forster to the Vancouver Canucks for 2 second-round picks. And neither one's a Vancouver pick. It's Ottawa and Dallas. Hopefully one of those teams isn't good. It's like a high second. We'll see what they say. The value is a bit on their side, but they like Forster. Trades rejected. Value on the table's too far off. We have 2 firsts, 2 seconds this year, 2 sixths as well. What if we throw in the Avs 6th? Maybe that'll equal it out. Trade still rejected. Try a 4th 2027 now. Just a touch, okay. With that 4th 2027, let's throw in a 7th in 2029. This pick is like 4 years away. And that gets to go through though. So Forster, I think for 2 seconds. He's a former late 1st round pick. That's pretty decent value. So I'll start saving here, guys, and see how the team does. Wow, look at this offer we just got from Vegas, guys. Chandler Stevenson and Nicholas Hague, who's currently unsigned. From Muse, Rene is immediately a goalie, 2nd rounder, and Peddle. That's a lot to give up. I feel like our team's good enough. Don't really want to be, you know, committed to Stevenson 5 years from now, but pretty big trade offer. And that was kind of funny, guys. David Krejci here being offered to us by the Sharks for Oliver Bonk. I actually just saw an article which said apparently he's very likely to retire, so if you guys are using my roster, you should move into retirement now. But again, saying no to this, I feel like our team's good, but I still want to keep those young players for the future. And so at the end of December here, guys, we have a record of 20-13, not a single OT loss. Currently in a wildcard spot, though, but we're literally one win back there being first in the division, and we have a game in hand. So I feel like we're in a pretty good spot right now. Leading score there, no surprise, Leon Draisaitl over a point per game. AHL-wise, that Soupy dude, almost a point per game. They're also in a wildcard spot. So right now, both teams looking pretty good. What an offer here from the Capitals. John Carlson and Max Pacioretty from Muse and Rene. I mean, if we trade away Rene, we still have Bjarnson. Muse, I don't really want to get rid of. Carlson, though, oh, he's down to an 83. He's not really an elite defenseman anymore. Pacioretty's down to 85. Our forwards are really good. Pacioretty has an awesome shot on him. Okay, I thought Carlson was still like a high 80, in which case I was actually going to consider this deal, but with Carlson at 83, gotta say no. Oliver Ekman-Larsson here being offered us by the Penguins. Again, that's a reject. Alright guys, we're now at the trade deadline here with a record of 33, 25, and 3. Currently tied for like a wild card slash, you know, third in the division there with the Capitals, which is kind of funny because the Capitals look to be sellers. We're only 3 points back there, the Blue Jackets. We're actually 1 point up on the Sabres, the other wild card spot. So we're still in the thick of it. Obviously, gotta keep playing well. Draisaitl there's now just under a point per game. AHL-wise, Soupy there also just under a point per game. AHL team, though, is first in their division. Wow, okay. So that is awesome to see. We'll get to the trade deadline now. Definitely would like to add. Not going to be crazy, though. I'll say we're conservative buyer here. Hopefully there's something good out there. We can make a deal. Mackenzie Weegar, I mean, 90 overall. He's a very solid defenseman. He's making 5.8 for 6 more years. We'd have to shed some salary, but could do something. Kyle Connor, 90 overall. Wouldn't mind getting him. Shea Theodore has a big contract on him. Same as Saros there. Forsyth's 87 now. Anderson, 1 year left, 4.5. You got Hronik. Apparently our assistant GM had Couturier on the block. Johansson there. Carter Hart, that's kind of funny. You could like trade back for him. I think right now the guys I'm eyeing would be Weegar, Connor, and then potentially Anderson. I think they just kind of make the most sense for us. Again, offensively, I think we're fine, but take a look here, see how our goaltending's doing as well. Obviously, paid a lot of money there for Allmark, $7.5 million. He's got a 9.18 and a 2.62. Like, that's pretty good goaltending. So I think the defense in front of him is holding it up. All right, guys, so next year, try to make a bit of a blockbuster trade to Winnipeg Jets to get Kyle Connor. Again, can't believe he's on the block, but I guess, you know, he's expiring contract, not going to re-sign with them. 90 overall sniper there. Such a good shot on him. I'm offering up Farabee here, who is a pretty good player for us, 87 overall, but he signed at $5.2 million for the next 3 years. And basically my thought process behind this is I would probably actually really benefit from trading him away. We save the $5 million, and then we can actually give his spot to either Demidov or Soupy, maybe even Matthew Wood next season. So like we got, you know, so many guys fighting for those spots. Let's keep rotating the younger players in, saving that money. I think too I'm adding Beach here, who's medium top 4 potential, but he's only 65 at 21. There's a good chance he'll be a bust, although he's got 43 points right now as offensive defenseman. That's not bad. Still though, for Kyle Connor, it's worth it. Value's pretty equal. We'll see what they say. Trades rejected. Value isn't there whatsoever. I mean, I thought it was a pretty decent offer. We do have 4 second-round picks. I did see that they liked Rene there, 2064. I mean, Bjarnson's now an 80, same age. Let's throw Rene in. We'll take Beach off. Let's just try that. The value's actually on our side now. Trades rejected. Again, Kyle Connor is super good. There's a chance we could keep him too. Pretty low, but there's a chance. Farabee, Rene, Beach for Kyle Connor. Trades rejected. Wow. We're on the low Ottawa second here as well. This is more than I thought I'd have to give up, but I mean, he's an elite player. And there we go. Okay, so we get that deal done. A lot to give up, but again, I think it's worth it. Weegar's actually off the market now. Again, I was thinking about maybe trading for him, but if we trade DeMello for him, one of our top 4 guys would be on the bottom pair, which isn't ideal. Theodore actually got traded. Same with Saros. Okay, wow. And Anderson and Hronik. Geez, so actually a really active trade deadline here. And next year, guys, I'm trying to make one more trade to the Nashville Predators to get Will Sharp. I don't know why he's on the block. 69 overall, mainly defenseman. He's a very solid prospect. They're not a great team either. Like, they're 500. Betting on ourselves here to go deep in the playoffs, offering up our first and second round pick. Value's pretty equal. We'll see what they say. Trades rejected. We still have an extra first and 2 more seconds. I saw Dallas is also probably going to be a playoff team, so could give up their second as well. This is a lot, but I mean, we're getting a guaranteed elite defenseman. I think it's worth it. And they say yes. Okay, so a lot of picks moving there, but still, like, we have, you know, some picks in this draft to try and make something happen. All right, guys, the trade deadline is now complete. I feel like we made a couple really nice moves. We'll see what happened around the rest of the league. Ekman-Larsson there going to the Lightning. We had our trade for Sharp. Saying Bly to the Blue Jackets. Andrew Kopp there to the Penguins for Achari and Sharangovich. Our trade for Connor. You got Dvorak there going to the Devils. Barbashev to the Oilers. Miller going back to the Knights. Contois to the Wild for Ogren. Not a bad return. Coolidge to the Canucks. Shea Theodore to the Predators. Okay. So I guess that's why, you know, they're willing to... Ooh, for Saros. That's actually a massive deal. Shea Theodore for Saros. Wow. That's one of the biggest blockers I've honestly ever seen the computers make. Brady Shea also going to the Predators, so they're making some moves. I have Fellow going to the Predators. Gallagher to the Canucks, Forsberg to the Canadiens. Minnesota gave up 2 first-round picks and Dragicevic for Anderson and Shattenkirk, so they're trying to load up. Detroit actually gets Hronek back from the Canucks with Garland for a first, a second, and a goalie whose last name is Dubnyk. Interesting. And then you got McAnamy there, our former goalie, going to the Devils for a couple second-round picks. So a very busy trade deadline. Again, blockbusters all around. You have the Hronek trade. Anderson and Shattenkirk for 2 firsts and Dragicevic, but what had to be the biggest one was Theodore there for Saros, a third, and Pratt. Like, that's just massive. Shattenkirk immediately goes on waivers. Only 80 overall. He's making $4 million bucks. Yeah, we'll decline. All right, guys. So let's check you an update look at the team after the trade deadline. Will Sharp still in June. So basically, just Kyle Connor joined the NHL squad. As you can see, we got on the first line there with Carlton and Draisaitl, hoping that line can dominate. Second line there, you got Reinhart, Gauthier, Beaumeek. The entire top 6 gets a +5 still. We got Brink, Couturier, Stankoven down the third line. I mean, Couturier has to be like the prototypical third line center. So good defensively in the faceoff circle. Fourth line, no change. Same with the defense. In terms of the AHL team, the defense is the same. Decided to actually switch out the forwards though. So the first lines are just our best players. Demidov, Soupy there in the middle. He's a winger, but he's got 78 faceoffs, so we'll try it out. And then Matthew Wood, the right wing. The rest of the team there still looks pretty decent. So hopefully both teams can hold on to their playoff spots and make deep runs. All right, guys, so the regular season just finished. We have a record there of 46, 31, and 5. And for the first time in this series, I can say we made the playoffs. Second place there in the Metro Division with 97 points. I'll take a look at the AHL team, 49, 19, and 4. I feel like there's no way they missed. And yeah, they actually got first place there in their division. So very, very successful season for both teams. Soupy there, 67 points, 72 games, isn't bad at all. Kyle Connor actually ended up being our leading scorer in the NHL. Only 77 points though. So clearly our team has like a lot of depth. No one really dominating for us. I will say Draisaitl was averaging about a point per game. Then he definitely slowed down. He still had 74. I wonder if it's because of Connor. Let's see how Connor did with us. 16 and 20. I mean, we can't really say that's terrible or anything. Reinhardt there also had 70 plus. Carlson 67 is not bad. Beaumeek 66, 35 goals. Stankoven had 53. Couturier, Gauthier both had 50 right on. So 8 players, 50 plus points. Kiva Hardy was 1 shy of 50. Would have had 9. Sandheim 47. So yeah, just a ton of really solid players on this team. Cam York there even 1 point shy of 40. So a lot of depth, which should help us out in the playoffs. Ulmerich there had solid stats, 916, 265. Dawes stats again were not great, 891, 344. 1 year left. Honestly, I'm thinking I'm going to trade him. Like, just hasn't been good enough AHL-wise. So Bjarnson there, they kind of split starts, but both had 9.2 save percentages. I mean, we can't complain. Soupy there, 67. Same with Abruzzese. Demidov, 66. Wood at 60. Barkey, 52. So might become a player for us. Overall, I feel like the AHL team did pretty good. And now looking at the entire league here, guys. Nathan McKinnon was leading scorer with 105 points. Followed by Hughes, Bratt, McDavid 101. I am wondering, guys, like seeing these point totals, most of the time they'd be pretty good, but like with McDavid having 150 points last year, should we go to high? Good time players in real life with 100 points. Is McDavid just that outlier where you can't really get him to put up real numbers, but everyone else here, you know, is pretty good? I don't know, but I would like to see a bit higher scoring. I just don't know if high would be too much. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Ovi there, Maurice Richard winner, 55 goals, followed by Matthews and McDavid there. You got McKinnon, Bedard also had 50 plus. Defensive scoring here, Mikhail Makar 89, as you'd expect, plus 38. Goalies, Montembeault with the Avs, 82 overall, 44 wins. Save percentage here goes Sorokin though, 925. He's still at 91. And then the goals against average there goes to Montembeault, 259. Sorokin though, not far behind, 36 wins. He'd probably get the Vezina. Rookie skaters here, Jordan Dumais with the Blue Jackets, 63 points, only an 81. He's definitely going to spike in rating. I got Dvorsky there. Stankoven with us was actually third. Plus 10 as well. With the game value, the plus 10 more so than like a minus 16, minus 18. If so, there's a chance he wins the Calder. I actually had more points there than Cole Yzerman. Ryan Leonard just made the NHL for the Canucks with Lekermacki actually. And in terms of the entire league here, guys, we actually finished 7th place with 97 points. So again, very, very solid season. Hopefully it can kind of, you know, build on this, keep making the playoffs. Buffalo there at 13 misses. Ducks getting at 20. A bit of a weird year in terms of playoff positioning. LA Kings actually were last place in the NHL. Oh my. High scores 4 with the Avs. We were actually 6th in the NHL, so that's a good sign as well. Goals against there, the worst team was the Carolina Hurricanes, which is super surprising. And the best team is Vegas Golden Knights. We were the 7th best team. So yeah, again, I think this team is definitely poised for success in the near future. Hopefully they become a bit of a dynasty here. But first things first, guys, our first ever playoff matchups against the New York Rangers. So take a look at that team, what they're doing. I'm assuming they're leaning heavily on Lafreniere and Kakko now, which is the case. They're both on the first line. It's advantage ad. Panarin's on the second line with an 81 Korczak, Othman, Kreider, Trocheck, Tumala, Lockwood, Schenn, Goudreau. I don't really understand 84 Schenn on the fourth line instead of Korczak. Defensively, Miller, Fox is 95, Schneider, Lindgren, Vassin in there, and Schenn. And then in goal, they got Shesterkin still as a 92. Boyko, though, only a 75 backup. So here you go, guys. First round of the playoffs against the New York Rangers. We actually have the home ice advantage here. So first two games are in Philly. Let's see what happens. 4-3 OT win, 3-1 loss. I mean, I'll take 1-1. Head in New York now, Madison Square. 5-3 win, 3-1 win. Okay. 3-1 series lead. Just have to win one of the next 3 games. And, okay, we get it done in 6. I was getting a little worried there. In the second round now, we got the Columbus Blue Jackets. So, potential Calder Trophy winner in Jordan Dumais. They actually just went through whoever they played in 5. Draisaitl averaging over a point per game. I'm sure Kent Johnson now is quite high rated. Goudreau's obviously still there. Same with Laine. Yeah, Johnson's a 90. That's literally the first line I just named. 81 Zuccarello playing with an 86 Sillinger and 82 Dumais. Interesting. Sammy Bly, Jenner, Marchenko, Chinikov, Backlund, and Johansson. This team definitely looks a lot different than when I rebuilt it in the last franchise. Rensky, Jarechek, top pair. They got Severson, Provorov, of course, from real life trades. Matachuk, Boquist. That defense is actually very, very good. One of the better defenses I've seen for an AI team. Samsonov starting. Interesting. Left leaves. Merzlikins backing him up. All right. So their defense is solid. I'll give it to them. I don't think they have the forward depth we do. Goaltending-wise, I think we have the edge, too, with Allmark and net. But we'll see what happens here. We got the home ice advantage again. So first 2 games in Philly. That sucks. 5-4 loss to 5-3 loss. We're down 2-0, head to Columbus. We get a win in Game 3, and we get a win in Game 4. We tie this thing up, head home for Game 5. Another win. Can we keep it going here? Clinch in 6. All right, so we're head to Game 7 now. Series is tied 3 games apiece. 0-0 after 1, 2-2. Zuccarello and Dumais for them. Bomeek, Stankoven for us. Third period, let's go. We're getting outshot here about double. I don't know how that's happening. And we still force OT. Gauthier there for us. Rensky ties it up. Who's going to be the OT hero? We're going to a second OT. 50 shots to 35. Actually, sorry. We were the ones doubling their shots. I got so mixed up there. So, yeah. 50 shots to 35 for us. Can we win this thing? Are you kidding me? Matachuk in second overtime. Wins it for the Blue Jackets. Honestly, I can't be too upset, though. Now, in the AHL, we're currently playing in Game 7, actually, the second round again. Looks like we were 3-1 series lead, and we've lost the last 2 games straight. Do we make the conference final? We do not. That is crushing to see. And the playoffs are now complete, guys. The Colorado Avalanche just won their 3rd Stanley Cup in the last 5 years. I think they're officially a dynasty. LA, they're picking first overall, so they're going to get Gavin McKenna. Vancouver jumped from 7-2. They also have the 7th overall pick there via Detroit. I didn't even realize Islanders from 15-5. What a jump for them. So I'll take a look at the playoff tree next, along with all the awards. Kyle Connor there, we brought in the deadline. He's a point per game for us in the playoffs. Definitely, what we hoped from him. He's actually gone up in rating, now at 91, so very cool. Let's see here. Are you kidding me? The Avs actually played the Blue Jackets where they swept them. No way. Oh my god, the Avs had a perfect playoff run. They swept the Ducks in round 1, swept the Wild, swept the Vegas Golden Knights, and then they swept the Blue Jackets. They 16-0'd. Are you kidding me? They put an exclamation mark behind the fact that they are indeed a dynasty. Are you kidding me? Like, look at that. 3 cups in 5 years, along with a couple President's Trophy. And again, the 16-0 run there, like, are you kidding me? Individual awards here. McKinnon also got the Art Ross Trophy and the Hart. McCarr, James Norris, 5th straight year. Dude is literally Bobby Orr. Nylander there, Lady Bing. Stankoven did get the Calder. Okay, that's awesome. So we actually had 2 of the last 3 Calder winners. We might have one next year too with either Demidov or Soupy. Nichushkin there got the Conn Smythe. Kind of a surprise. Montembeau got the Vezina. Avs just taking home so much hardware. Saros with the Vegas Golden Knights. William Jennings after getting traded. Tanev there, Masterton. Capitals coach Jack Adams. I was thinking maybe we could have gotten it, but unfortunately not the case. Robert Thomas there, Selke Trophy, okay. McKinnon there also got the Ted Lindsay, and then Ovechkin there with his 3rd straight Maurice Richard. And in terms of the AHL awards, guys, Coachella there got the Calder Cup. We won the regular season, though, so at least, that's something. We also got, of course, got the best Eastern Conference regular season, best division. Unfortunately, though, out in round 2. Individual here, this Stutzla guy, most points, and MVP, and had most goals, and was the best rookie. Oh my goodness, this guy's just insane. Kanizev there was best defenseman, though. Lindgren, best goalie. Lind, MVP of the playoffs. Stutzla also got sportsmanship. The dude's insane. Wanner there, community involvement. And then Allen, actually, lowest goals against with Connor Ingram. So, We'll get to the draft next. We'll see kind of what's out there. I guess, too, we could see if we can, extend Kyle Connor. I'd like to do that. The money works. I think for extension dollars, we've got 9 million. He wants 10. It's definitely in the realm of possibility. Let's just, if we could get him under contract, let's offer 9.3. Let's see what he says. And our retired players here, guys, you got Corey Perry calling it quits. John Carlson as well. I guess that's why they were trying to trade him away. TJ Oshie, Zuccarello, Petrangelo, Suter there. It's a lot of good defensemen. Bailey, Clorn, Giordano, Atkinson in terms of the goalies. Robin Leonard calls it quits. Francouz. And so we're at the draft now, guys. Kyle Connor still hasn't accepted that contract offer. We could move him, but I feel like we really should be able to keep him. There you go. Gavin McKenna is going first overall, as we expected. You got Noah Kosick there also involved. Taking a look at gems. We got a guaranteed low elite in the hundreds. I'd like to see that. Now, in terms of guaranteed mean elite potential, it's just the guys in the top 10, so it doesn't really help us out too much. You can see McKenna there just went first overall. We do have a 19th overall pick in this draft. I think we're probably going to move it, though. I'm not sure if they're going to go for this, guys. I'm offering the Islanders 19th overall, plus Bobby Brink for the 5th overall. The value looks pretty equal. Again, Bobby Brink, I kind of feel bad. We're getting rid of a bunch of, the OT Flyers, but we just got so many good young prospects coming up, like Demidov, like Soupy. We'll see what they say to this. Trades rejected. I mean, honestly, I was looking at the draft class. It's not amazing. Could give up the second rounder here. I don't think it would hurt us that much, especially, too, if we're getting an elite player. Let's try first, second, and Brink for 5th overall. There we go. Okay, so kind of have our pick, honestly, of whatever, medium elite guy we want. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Just a glitch. 80 medium elite to the Blackhawks. Kosick, 81 to the Hurricanes. Westgart there's an 82. I was kind of eyeing one of the defensemen. Holden Battaglia here. Let's see. Al McInnes probably has a hard shot. Yeah, he does. Thunderclap there, guaranteed. That'd be kind of cool. And then after him, the next defenseman is Glennie. Obviously, don't really feel like we need a forward. Plus, I'm not going to go with the high top 6. This guy, Victor Hedman. Send it. Quick pick back at you. Let's see. All A's and a B on defense. Battaglia. All A's and a B on defense. I mean, the fact that he's got, the Thunderclap. Similar style to Al McInnes. I think that'd be pretty cool. He's actually... Wow, our scouts had him ranked at 2. Let's see if our scouts are right. And he's only an 80. Alright. I mean, still, that's pretty solid. We'll just send the rest of, the top 10 here. Grivens, that's tough for St. Louis. A high top 6 grinder. Nicholson, 82 medium elite. I mean, he is a forward. Again, we had a lot of those. I'm not, that bummed. Fritz there, so the Pred missed out on the medium elite defenseman who goes to the Jets there. Same overall. Let's see. Less X factors, though. He's got 4 total. So I think considering the fact we wanted a defenseman, we made the best pick as he looks to be the best one in the draft class. And now next year, guys, we're trying to shed some more cap space, offering up DeMello to the Kings for a 3rd and 4th round pick. 4th is this year, 3rd is next year. The value is pretty equal. Both picks on the block. They say yes. So reason being, again, sheds about 5 million cap space. We just drafted that guy who's 80 overall. Can probably immediately jump into the NHL, or we could just sign somebody a bit cheaper to be on the bottom pair because I really like our top 4. I'm also going to try and trade Nico Dawes here to the Panthers for 4th round pick. They say yes. Again, Dawes hasn't really played well for us, so we got a few 4th round picks now to work with, which is exactly what I wanted. We actually had the first pick in the 4th round. We could draft Hillen here as a guaranteed medium starter goalie, but I think instead I'm going to go for this Downey guy, guaranteed low elite defenseman. Hopefully he's nasty. 57, does he have any X factors? He doesn't, but low elite, there's a good chance he'll actually be a really good player for us. Hillen there, you can see he's only 56 overall. Arvidsson there, 56 medium top 4 defenseman picked by the Jets. That's actually a really nice pick. We probably could have taken the goalie too and then still got our guy with this next one, but that's okay. So I just checked all these guys I have pinned, and they're all NHLTA 5 years. Highest ranked Orlando Burns from Prince Albert. Are you kidding me? What a steal! Pick 9, 4th round, 48 medium elite. Let's go. Our next pick is now pick 185 in the 6th round. So we could take a chance on Howard there. How many guys do we have left? Then you got Fiddler and Loktinov. Actually, I should try and get the last pick in the draft to get all these guys. So, yeah, we'll take Trenton Howard next year. And 50 medium top 9s, not terrible. We have one more pick here. It's actually the last pick in the 6th round. So the higher ranked guy is definitely Loktinov, who should be low elite. And he's a low top 6 grinder, which honestly, for the last pick of the 6th round, isn't that bad. And now next year, guys, I'm offering the Avs Lorenz and Samirkov for the 7th. They're just signing rights. I'm not bringing either one back. They say no. He actually has less value than the 7th. These two, Roman Marchman, I'm never going to sign. So those 3, for the last pick in the draft, they still say no. Let's try throwing on Henstick there. Medium top 9. Come on. There we go. Okay, just a bunch of stuff. Again, probably was never going to use. Now we have the last pick of the draft. We're going to take a chance on that guy. Imagine he's medium elite. That'd be the best pick ever. Edward Fiddler here. Come on. and medium 7th D. I mean, we had to take a chance. I'm pretty happy with how that draft went too. Like the guy we got 5th overall, the medium lead in the 4th round. That was awesome. And look at that, guys. Kyle Connor said yes to that contract extension. $9 million we offered him. That is awesome. We haven't even actually gotten to the re-sign phase officially yet. So let's see. We still have $6 million in cap space. Connor, I think, is a 91. He went up in rating. That's actually a really good contract. Gothie is going to get paid, but luckily not until next season. Again, that's why we kind of trade away DeMello, Brink to give us a bit of cap flexibility here. Bomik got $8 million. He's only 86. That's actually probably a little high on him, but he does score goals. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Honestly, like, who do we even really have to sign? Battaglia could be in the NHL. Could send him back to junior. I feel like if he's bottom pair, we've already got Kiva Harju doing the top power play. Sanheim the second. Let's just leave him back in junior for a year. Atar we might need on the bottom D pair. So 1 year at like 1.1 million. I think that's pretty good for an 80 overall defenseman. Abrazizi here is 27 now, but honestly, he's played pretty well for us. Yeah, for league min, I'll take him. Now, it's nice to see Deloria's contract's finally done. In terms of goalies, guys, Bjornsson at 80 overall now actually has the backup goalie role. So it looks like we just need an AHL backup. We're probably signing whoever has the most potential. And I think those are the only contracts we had to do. So like I was saying, we're in a really good spot right now. And there we go. Tard said yes. I think the rest of the contract's just AHL. Abrazizi said no. I mean, he's 27. We can just let him go. All right, guys, we're at the free agency period. Addison there, 90 overall. Troy Addison, 5th overall, 2023 by Montreal Canadiens. Honestly, not the greatest free agency class. So with having 6.2 million in cap space, not really a lot to spend it on. I'm not that upset. Although Adam Fantilli is here. Speaking of guys, he ends up being, the player that we could offer sheet. I kind of feel bad stealing him from St. Louis, though. Now, in terms of the goalies, you got Thatcher Demko available. Same with Yorgi, Carter Hart, all in the high 80s. Luckily, we've got Allmark. Michael DiPietro, 84 overall. I mean, it could bring him into the backup to make Bjornsson AHL starter. Tarasov's there, too. I'm not really sure how much that would hurt Bjornsson's growth. Obviously, that's kind of the main goal. Silov's here, 25-80. Lowly potential. He could actually be the AHL starter. Rodriguez back him up, I think. Let's do that. 2 years, do 825K. And I'll look at two-way players here, guys. With Toronto, 82 overall. Only wants 900K. I feel like maybe just bring him in to be an AHL All-Star for us 1 year. Phil Kessel's also available. I feel like, yeah, let's do the same thing. Bring in a couple vets for the AHL team. That'd be funny. And now Brandon Tanev here actually might not be bad on the 4th line. 80 overall. 88 awareness isn't as good as Kate's. You know what? Yeah, we have Kate's. We're probably actually still solid, but if we needed a guy, he might be a decent option. Dorofayev, 25.79, medium top 9. He can end up being an AHL player. Let's give him a 2-year deal if he's done growing. Honestly, 3 years. Let's just hope he turns into like a low 80. Olsen here, defenseman, 23.79. Anton Olsen. I don't know why he does not have a contract. Again, we'll do a 3-year, like, I don't know, 900K deal. He's already almost an 80. I feel like he's got to end up being at least an 81 or something. Tyson Hines here, another guy. I don't know why he's not getting a contract. 23.79, high top 6. He's on the Canada World Junior team. I think he's a Ducks prospect. Give him a contract. I think we actually did lose a lot of defensemen too, so he'll have places to play. Tyler Angle, former Spitfire. Again, I think he's just worth a contract. Maybe we'll give league min for 2 years. Otto Vinen, 23.79. A lot of decent players. Hopefully we have the contract spots for all these guys. I mean, we got 31, so yeah, we definitely do. Strong is there. I'll give a contract on. That'll probably be the last one. He was a really good skater, I know, playing for the Knights. Actually, guys, last player here, Evan Verleen. He tore it up in the OHL this year. I think he had like 100 points or close to it. 24, so again, we'll do 3 years. 850K. We'll see, hopefully some of those guys make it through. And again, with our $6 million, I don't really see anybody that's worth it. Like, we definitely do not need a forward, and that's pretty much all that's available. Krejci's still playing at 40. That's incredible. Jack Rathbone, that'd be the guy to sign, but doesn't really make sense for us on the bottom D pair. Alexiak, $5 million. Yeah, I think Ronnie Atari will do fine. As you can see, Michkov has 1 more year left on his entry-level deal, so we'll have to wait till next summer to try and offer sheet him. I actually just offered, I'll show you guys, like, the most ridiculous offer. It was like Kyle Connor, Leo Carlson, who together have more value. I also threw in Soupy there. I also threw in, I think, like, the 48 medium elite we just got. So look at all that, and they still said no. Like, it's an absolute joke. I guess, like, Bomik, $8 million for 35 goals is kind of a lot. I wouldn't mind being out from under that contract. We're trading away, what would this be? Like 25 million in cap space. Tons of cap space saved, so obviously, paying other guys in the future. Connor, Carlson, Bomik, the entire first line for Michkov. Are the Blackhawks really going to say no to this? They are. That's incredible. And since we couldn't get Michkov, guys, I'm trying something crazy here, trying to get Adam Fantilli. 1 year you want 6.5. I'm offering 6.2. Cost this year's first and third. Honestly, probably just doing St. Louis a favor because I don't see why they would not match that. But Toronto said yes there. He'll be in the AHL, same with Kessel, though. It's showing them in the NHL, same with Silhuff's there. Tyler Angle, Dorofeyev, Stranges, Vierling, Hines there, Olsen. So, again, a lot of just good players to help the AHL team out. LA here trying to trade DeMello back to us for Oliver Bonks. Pretty funny. Fantilli there appreciates the interest, decided to go with another team. So he stays in St. Louis. Miss 100% of the shots you don't take, though, so that's alright. Now, Calgary guy just gave us a huge trade offer. Mackenzie Weegar there, I think, with a bit of salary retained, 5.8. Oliver Shillington as well for Will Sharp, Burns, and a second-round pick. Again, we're going to need that cap space we have for next season, so we're going to say no. It is a decent offer, but I actually kind of like the look of the defense as it is. Alright guys, we're now to start next season here, and I feel like our team is definitely going to be a Stanley Cup contender. We are stacked top to bottom. The entire top 9 of forwards to get +5 chem. We still have Carlson, Draisaitl, Connor on the first line. We got Reinhart, Stankoven, Demidov on the second. So Demidov's down to 83. Stankoven there's an 88. And he's got Mealing potential now as well. I definitely wish I could go back and then give him like the 4-year, I don't know what it was, $3 million deal opposed to 2 years, 1.25, but whatever. Third line there is so sick. Gauthier, Couturier, Beaumeek, even the fourth line there, Luma, Gergensen, Cates. Defensively here, we got Sanheim and Kiva Harjin on the first pair. Kiva Harjin 89, so even though it's not a good chemistry, he needs that extra ice time. York Peterson's on the second, Granzatart on the bottom. In terms of the goaltending, of course, Allmark's large starter, Bjarnson backing him up, now an 82. In the AHL, you got Silov starting, Rodriguez backing him up. Even the AHL team, I think, looks really good. So Poirier there, Sunyan overall, playing with Soupy and Matthew Wood. Wood's an 82, 21 high top 6, probably make the NHL team next year. Come in for somebody because we're going to have to trade away one of our guys with a big contract. As there's a couple guys that didn't go from entry-level deals to like $8 million. You got Vetrano on the second line with Barkey and Stranges, so I have 2 London Knights there. Barkey, I actually noticed EA got his age wrong. He should be like 21 at this point, but whatever. Dorofeyev on the third line with Avon, Desnoyers, Angle, Verlaine, Yolanen on the fourth. Defensively here, Hines and Bonk on the top pair. Behind them, you got Muse, Olsen, Andre, Ottavainen. So I think the AHL team looks really good too. Should be a playoff team. Again, that NHL team stacked. I will ask you guys in the comments, let me know maybe the highest rated comment, or maybe I'll have a poll like on the YouTube community you guys can go vote on. But I think the only way we're going to get Michkov is if we trade Leon Draisaitl. We could keep Carlson if we do that, have him play like first line center. So let me know if you guys want to do that or not. Again, it's up to you. Now, before we get end the video, guys, I will show you the ratings for next season. Should be pretty high because, like I said, team is looking pretty stacked. Yeah, 98 offense and 94 defense, 89 goaltending. So we'll see how this team does next season. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.